Welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and this is a 2000 Lightning. This baby's got just over 6,500 miles on it, and it is drop dead gorgeous. You are gonna love checking it out. Man, she is slick as can be, and it is greased lightning, literally. That's why they called it a Lightning. Look down the side of it. Man, no dents, door dings, scratches. She is gorgeous. Look at those wheels, SVT wheels on it. Check out the interior in this beauty. Look at that. Talk about well kept throughout the years. She is a beauty. The dash is looking sweet. Check out this interior, just drop dead gorgeous. And look inside this bed of this baby. This thing never had to go to work. All this truck ever did was went out and played every now and then. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Load this thing up, head out to the beach, head out to the car show. Look down the side. Absolutely gorgeous. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we don't do any consignment whatsoever. That means we own this little piece of Lightning. Right now we've got a little over 200 cars in stock, and we own every one of those cars. Now when we get them back here to the shop, we inspect every one of our vehicles so that Tom can answer every one of your questions. So call him at 248-974-9513. Now I've got about 35 years of experience in the business, and I'm going to put those 35 years to work for you, helping you pick out your dream car. All right, let's take White Lightning for a ride. If I could sing better, I'd sing into the White Lightning song, or we'll just drive the White Lightning truck. This thing has only got 6,542 miles. And if you guys don't hurry up and buy it, it's gonna have a lot more miles on it after I get done driving this thing. These things are so cool, guys. Pickup truck with a badass motor in it. Ford knew what they were doing when they built this thing. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we can ship this truck anywhere in the world. You just call at 248-974-9513. Tom will explain how easy that process is. Also, if you need help with financing, Tom can explain that to you also. He can make the whole process nice and easy for you. All you need to do is make one phone call. Tom will take care of the rest. And pretty soon this baby will be parked in your driveway and you'll be out having fun with it. Cool thing about this is you can load it up and go to the beach. Look down here on the dash. You can see right here, 6,542.5 miles. Everything's working down there. Got the stereo here, air conditioning. You can even turn off the airbag on this one. Got a semi truck pulling out in front of us, so that gives us a chance to test out the brakes. Brakes seem to be working just fine. Cotton picker pulling out in front of us. My dad used to drive a semi truck. He used to say we ought to outlaw all of them. Guys think they own the road. Well, we're right outside the Motor City here, and we're very close to the airport. Even though we do sell about 95% of our stuff sight unseen, we do invite you to please come out and visit us. We love to meet our customers. We're real close to the airport. It only takes about 20 minutes from the airport. Of course, he's going to pull up there and stop and take a vacation. My dad used to also say we go up there and give him an invitation and turn left. We'll just go around him with old White Lightning here. You just take his time. We'll just go around him. How's that? So anyway, getting back to my story, we'd love to have you come out and visit. We're going to get this truck up in the air and we're going to check out the underside. We're going to pop the hood. We're going to show you everything you want to see. Now, if you see Tom and I at a car show or an auction or something, please come on up and visit. We'd love to meet you. We're all over the country at all the big car shows. Now, we're buying anywhere between 40 and 50 new cars every month. So if you've got something for sale, you know somebody that's got something for sale, give us a call. Here's our building. We're at 15100 Keel Street in Plymouth, Michigan. Now stick with us. We're going to get this baby up in the air for you right now and check it out on the bottom side.
All right, guys, this is the underside of our Lightning here. Now, this truck is in immaculate shape underneath. I mean, there is hardly any dirt, much less any kind of surface rust or anything like that you would see. One of the nicest, if not the nicest, low miles truck that we've had here. You can see here it looks like the original spare tire in there, all the original hold-up equipment's all still there. Leaf sprung rear axle. Now these trucks from the factory, the Lightnings came 2 inches lower in the back, 1.5 inches lower in the front if I'm not mistaken. Now as for the rear end here, this is a 9.75 Ford differential here. It's 355 gear ratio, limited slip, disc brakes on either side of it. Something else too cool that's really, something else too that is also really cool. You can see here that even like the brake lines have still got the original coatings on them and whatnot. The calipers got the original coatings on it. Flex hoses are probably original of the truck. I mean, look how good a shape everything is in. I mean, parking brake, all of it, none of it's got any rust on it. Everything works. I mean, this is pretty sweet. If I've ever seen a time capsule, this is it. All of the electronic stuff and whatnot, all of it's back there. It all looks like it's in good shape. None of it's frayed, none of that. You know, even like the conduit and all that, it doesn't even have any dirt in it. I mean, this thing is pretty darn sweet. Look at the underside of that bed. I mean, you don't see them this nice. Really, really sweet looking truck. Moving forward of all of that, looks like the original exhaust on the truck, original gas tank on the thing. I mean, look at that. Just ever so slightly, just a little bit on it. And you know what? I mean, sitting in a air conditioned, you know what I mean, a climate controlled garage, that's about what you're gonna see. This thing has spent its life being loved. I can tell you that for certain. Drive shaft looks like it's in good shape. Cross member here looking good. As far as our transmission goes, I think this is a 4R100 transmission, which is like the heavier truck transmission that they put in these. I think it's like a F-250 trans, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is a 4-speed, you know, 4th gear being an overdrive on this. Moving forward of all of that, this is the underside of our 2-valve mod motor. We're going to get to that in just a second. Now, like I had mentioned in the back part of this video here, this truck in the factory, these are lowered 2 inches in the front. Big old disc brakes in the front, just as they should be. I mean, look at all that. Look at the front engine dress. I mean, that is factory fresh if I've ever seen it. No one's tried to gussy it up. This is actually just, this is a good, honest truck. And like I said, this is one of the nicer ones, if not the nicest one that we have had. Looking up in there, we look at the horns. We've even got all of like the coating on it and whatnot. Underside of like our Corsa part. I mean, it's actually pretty darn impressive to see one that's in this nice a shape. One of the nicer ones that we've seen. Coming around to this side of the truck here. The original wheels for the truck. I do believe the tires have been replaced, if I can find a size on it. 295/45 R18. Moving to the back. This side mount exhaust here, or say side exit exhaust. Let's see here, where are they at? 295/45 R18. Same good looking wheel. Once again, we got the disc brakes in the back. You see the caliper being as good a shape as it's in. Rotor looks like it's original to the truck. I mean, downright nice. That all being said, let's take a look at the Supercharged V8 under the hood. All right, guys, this is what's making the music, and this is also what's making the horsepower. So this is a 5.4 liter modular motor. As you heard me say underneath, it is a 2-valve motor, which would have come in this truck. This is the stock Eaton supercharger that would have come on the Lightnings. Now, as you can see here, look at all the hoses, look at all the wiring, look at all of the, I mean, it just doesn't get much nicer than this. This is the type of thing that I would expect to see if they popped the hood at a dealership in 2000. This is about what it would look like. I mean, you just do not see them this nice. And they're getting rarer and rarer to find. And like I said, this is one of the nicest ones, if not the nicest one that we have ever had. Now, the horsepower rating for these back in 2000 was 360 horsepower at 4,750 RPM. Now for torque, we have 440 foot-pounds at 3,250. So overall, pretty impressive numbers, especially that torque rating. Like I said, you do not see them this nice. It's got a Motorcraft battery underneath the factory cover, so that has never been touched. I mean, Good Lord, you look down in here, it's all pretty nice and clean. I don't see any sort of rot, but you guys saw the underside of the truck, no big surprise. This all being said, this is one that I would invite you to come in and take a look at it. Make sure to make the appointment with Tommy. We'll get it down here. We'll make sure it's all clean and ready to go for you guys. We'll take you for a ride in it. I mean, overall, time capsule if I've ever seen one. Give Tom a call at the number below. Let Vanguard Motor Sales park this Lightning in your driveway.